RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, personality profiles, professional wrestling video blogs, sports video blogs, MBTA video blogs, entertainment video blogs, top 10 list of everything and anything, plus lots more collection of my work going back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 7:17 in the morning. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Monday, January 30th, 2017. It's cold out this morning, about 24, 25 degrees. It's only going to get a couple of degrees above freezing, 33, 34 degrees. A change from what we've had the past week or so, warmer than average temperatures, but it's still winter. Be at least 6 more weeks of winter because the groundhog's going to see a shadow on February 2nd. Some news to report on the RVBN News. Why The AFC beat the NFC in the Pro Bowl by a score of 20-13 in Orlando, Florida. I wonder if Julie Broughton went to the Pro Bowl. Also, Virginia Tech beat Boston College men's basketball team by the score of 85-79. John Lynch has been named general manager of the San Francisco 49ers. And the NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said that Las Vegas is in line to get an All-Star game in either 2019 or 2020. And that's about it on news from the RVBN News. Why be back in a flash with my first video blog subject of the day. Angelo, gonna go to Market Basket today to scratch off millions of scratch tickets who won nothing. Get out! Sean Lucha's famous quote. Deep Patel, last week, no buzz. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is the continuation of the top 10 list of everything and anything. I've now reached the top 10 worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history. For every Red Auerbach or Terry Francona or Don Cherry, there's been the names on this list as like the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history. And here they are, number 10 on this list, the 10 worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history. Dave Cowens. Dave Cowens was a legendary Celtics player back in the 70s. He was a player coach for those Celtics for about a handful of games in 1979. This is when the Boston Celtics were at its worst. He decided he didn't want to coach the Celtics anymore. He actually had coaching stints with the Warriors and the Hornets later on, which he became a decent coach. Number 9 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Mike Keenan. Mike Keenan coached the Bruins for half a season, 2000-2001. Bruins didn't make the playoffs that year, and Keenan was known as an NHL coach to go from place to place to place. He would wear out his welcome and always get fired because of his, was a tough disciplinarian. Won a Stanley Cup with the Rangers in 1994, but he didn't lead the Bruins to the playoffs. Number 8 on this list of the 10 worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Dave Lewis. Dave Lewis was a coach for the Red Wings back in the early 2000s and was a good coach. Then he coached the Bruins for 1 year in 2006-2007. They were in last place in their division, and he got the axe only 1 year in, which was, not good at all. And he makes this list. Rumor had it that the Bruins wanted Claude Julien to coach them even in 2006, but New Jersey scooped him up at the last minute. Number 7 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, ML Carr. ML Carr was a charismatic player for the Celtics by waving the towel. He coached the Celtics for 2 seasons, and they were very, very pitiful, having a 15-67 record in 1996-1997. He left soon afterwards to go into public relations for the Boston Celtics. They wanted to get Tim Duncan, but they didn't. Number 6 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Kevin Kennedy, who managed the Red Sox for 2 seasons, 1995-1996. The Red Sox were like over 500 team, but with all the talent they assembled during those years, many experts says they could have went to the World Series, and Kevin didn't lead them over the hump, and he hasn't managed ever since. Number 5 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Ron Rust. Ron Rust was the Patriots head coach for 1 year in 1990. They were 1-15 and the worst record in football, and he was fired soon afterwards. Number 4 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Butch Hobson. Butch Hobson managed the Red Sox for 3 years, 1992 through 1994. This when the time this Red Sox were so pitiful, they did not even finish 500 once with Butch Hobson as manager. He was axed after the 1994 season, which ended in a strike. Number 3 on this list of the top 10 worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Steve Casper. Steve Casper was a great defensive player for the Bruins in the 1980s, winning a Selke Award, but when he was coaching the Boston Bruins, it was over his head. They made the playoffs in 1996, but he was known for benching Cam Neely and Kevin Stevens in the game. The bottom fell out in 1996-1997. The Bruins missed the playoffs for the first time in 30 years, and the Bruins axed Steve Casper. Number 2 on this list of the worst coaches / managers in Boston sports history, Bobby Valentine was manager of the Red Sox for 1 year in 2012, and that was a disaster. The Red Sox were awful that year. There was rumors that Bobby Valentine was even going to get fired during mid-season, but he didn't. But he did at the end of the year. And number 1 on this list of the top 10 / worst managers, coaches in Boston sports history, Rick Pitino, who coached the Celtics for parts of 4 seasons between 1997 and 2001. A lot of people were saying that Rick Pitino was going to be the savior of the Celtics, but they didn't get Tim Duncan, and they played mediocre basketball for those 4 years as Rick Pitino's coach. And he was infamous for saying, Larry Bird's not walking through that door, my friends. Kevin McHale's not walking through that door, and Robert Parrish isn't walking through that door. And if you expect them to be old and gray. That's about it on that. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google Plus with 2 more video blogs. First video blog will be about mini golf, and third and final video blog online will be about WWE house show card results from Madison Square Garden on May 20th, 1985. Keep calm, everybody. I'm Julie Benning Guy. Molly was WCC, all excellence, nice likes. Elizabeth Hass, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Amy. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. Best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Len Clare of WHCH Channel 7 Boston has the best legs in Boston. Jamie Hirsch of the NHL so cool. And in the words of Dickie Ackwood, you're the director, Boys and Girls Club, Great Relic, and the more and the merrier. Bye now.